And the time now on Chat and Spin Radio in the UK is 11:17 p.m. and we've got our next guest on the line. Who's calling and where you're calling from?
Hello, Ron. My name is Andrew Gates, and I am calling from Arlington, Virginia in the USA.
Andrew, welcome to Chat and Spin Radio. Now, you want to talk about a book that's part of a series that you've been writing. So just tell me about that book and what it's all about.
Absolutely, Ron. Well, I've written a few books, but the book that I'm most interested in talking about tonight is called Iris, I-R-I-S. Iris is the first in a 4-part series. It's a science fiction series. The series is called The Color of Water and Sky. The concept of Iris, it's a very unique setting. The story is set in the future where the surface of the Earth has been destroyed, and it's unsafe to live on the surface of the Earth. So as a result of that, people now live in large underwater artificial city. It's been many years that people have been living under this artificial city, and several generations have gone by. So in that time, the understanding of the world has kind of gone away. And I'll give you some examples of what I mean. Even though it's the future, the technology's kind of gone backwards. These characters have this advanced technology, but they don't always know sort of how it works. And it's more than just the technology too. It's things that have gone backwards, like the understanding of the world. There's a growing number of people who don't even know if the surface is even real. They think the surface of the world is a myth. And socially, some things change too. Now that they're in this city, for instance, there's sort of a form of racial segregation that's enforced. So even though it's set in the future, things have kind of gone backwards. And like I said, Iris is the first book in the series. Iris is just the name of the first book. The series is called The Color of Water and Sky. And as far as what it's about, the plot is kind of like a mystery. It starts when these two test pilots for an experimental submarine are under attack. And the attacker destroys the sub, and the crew never makes it back to the station. But that's very unique because there isn't really anybody who can attack them. Nobody else in this world exists. There's no outside threat. So either it was somebody from the station and they need to figure out who it was, or it was someone from outside the station, in which case that would completely change everything these people know about the world, because there is nobody outside the station. So as the story unravels, they find the wreckage of the submarine, and they find that the bodies of the crew members have been removed. So it gets more and more peculiar as it goes along. I won't say too much more about the plot of Iris, but it starts out with a very narrow scope. We see things from the perspective of the people living in the station, trying to figure out what's going on. And as the series goes on, from book 1 to 2 to 3 and so forth, the scope opens up, and we see things from more perspectives. The world gets bigger and more expansive. And I did it that way on purpose because I wanted to try and build the world up that way. So I know that was a lot I just said, but kind of to summarize, it's a series of books called The Color of Water and Sky. It's set in a futuristic underwater city, and the first book is called Iris.
So when do you think that series will be complete?
Oh, I've completed the whole series. It's actually all available now. The first book, I really just wanted to talk about the first book today. That's sort of the entry to the series, but all 4 books are currently available, actually.
And they're available from?
The Color, Water, and Sky, including Iris, is available on Amazon. It's available in ebook and paperback. And if you're a subscriber to Kindle Unlimited, it is on Kindle Unlimited also. If you type Iris on Amazon, a million things show up that aren't my book. So don't just type Iris. I would say you can either search for it by typing Iris Andrew Gates, or type in The Color of Water and Sky. And either of those methods will bring you to the series. If you see something with the name Andrew Gates attached to it, then you're in the right place.
Okay then, Andrew, well, thank you very much for coming on. The very best of luck with the books as well.
Thank you. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter. My Facebook page is called The Color of Water and Sky, and my Twitter handle is @TCOWAS. So you can find me either of those places. Thank you for having me on tonight.
Okay then, Andrew. And that was Andrew Gates on the line from Virginia in the USA. Thanks very much for coming on, Andrew.